Welcome to Boca Ice Center in Boca Raton, Florida, home of the Florida Atlantic Owls versus the Kennesaw State Owls. Wesley Moore alongside Devin Serra. Devin Serra, these Owls started off the season 1-4. What do Kennesaw State need? What does Florida Atlantic need to win this game and get their season back on track?
Yeah, it's the Battle of the Owls, so we're going to have to be specific with the teams. I think for FAU, it starts with being clean. They have had one of the toughest stretches of taking penalties in this young season. I've counted as many as 4 games already this year. They've taken more than 7 in a game. For them, it's about doing the clean things right, and they do it with their top group with a couple of guys out.
For sure, and this game starting lineups for you, FAU, starting number 3, Connor Moriarty, number 6, Will Comtois-Dumas, Sam Watson, Joe Lozarez, Carter Baker, and in goal, Seth Fisher as the face-off is off. Kennesaw State Owls controlling it as it's flipped up. FAU gets it right back. A little bit of a blind spot as Seth Fisher controls it. Flicks it up across the ice. FAU almost had their first chance, but Comtois-Dumas fumbles it as Seth Fisher has another chance. A big hit delivered by Seth Fisher, as I believe Ashton Nolte falls on it. Flicked around the ice. Nolte fighting Moriarty. Moriarty flicks it around. Christian Sousa, the only alternate captain available for these Owls tonight. As an FAU player is controlling it, bringing up the ice. I believe that's Drew Renzi. Drew Renzi wraparound! Saved by Nikolai Dunn, starting in goal. Christian Sousa flips it around. Open fight. Owen Foster with the opportunity. As he goes off, loses it. Connor Strum with it. Flicked out. Pushed away by Seth Fisher. The puck's in a bit of a scrum. The Kennesaw State's going to come out with it. It's a 3-way fight. As Carter Baker takes it up. Collected again. Sticked aside by Seth Fisher. As Rothamich is fighting with one of the Kennesaw State players, but Jonathan Scott's going to come out with it. It's back controlled. Jonathan Scott with it again. Skating up is Ryan Legault. Legault checked hard into the boards. The puck's in the open area. That's going to be Chris Scott with it, skating it down. As Aiden Nolte, one of the Nolte brothers, tried to bring it up, but it's going to be intercepted by Joe Cangaro. Joe Cangaro fighting with the Kennesaw State player as Aiden Nolte picks it up. It's going to be Chris Scott, but it's taken away by an FAU player. Joe Ronson with it, taking it away, flicking it back to his teammate Nolan Porcello. Porcello handed off to Ty Johnson. Ty Johnson has it taken away by number 8, Chris Iannicelli. Looks like there's going to be an early penalty here.
Yeah, I thought the far linesman initialed a bit of a hand pass. Now, linesman can't call penalties, so I'm going to remiss that. I think they're all going to skate away. That was a little bit of an odd sequence. No signal of an offside. Good job defensively for FAU in their own zone, running a 2-3 zone, getting 2 defenders deep to the trapezoid. First man separates the forward, and then the second guy carries the puck out.
It's taken up the ice by Seth Watson. Seth Watson's going to have a chance. I thought Nikolai Dunn caught that. Looks like it just went past his glove over, resting the netting behind the goal. It was a great stop. One-on-one opportunity Seth Fisher had to put it on.
Yeah, good transition opportunity for Lozeritis and Watson. I think you're right. Might have caught a piece of Dunn, who's a very solid netminder in his own right for Kennesaw State. He made a good save early in this one on a Drew Renzi wraparound.
This face-off is won by Kennesaw State. Pushed up the ice. The pass is not there as Florida Atlantic controls. Believe that is Jake Buchigras with the puck as Kennesaw State takes it right away. There's no icing on the play as Joe Congaro is going to have it. Joe Congaro fighting for it with the Owen Foster as his puck is in a bit of a scrum, but it's collected again. Bit of a fight for it. Joe Lozeritis flicks it around the boards. Jeffrey Thomas going to have it and flick it right back. FAU got it back and put it up the ice.
And the ice is called off because it doesn't reach the trapezoid before the wall.
Brought up. Big hit laid. Official's going to call that play dead after the big hit, I believe, for Justin Lopes.
And you hate to see that. That's roughed up. Number 19, Ashton Nolte, junior out of Marietta, Georgia. He's been a physical presence for this Kennesaw State group early in this game, but really the entire season, and that's something you don't want to see. Glad he's back to his feet. This Kennesaw State team is already banged up tonight here, Wes, with as many as 7 guys out of the lineup, and it was like that for them last season as well in the early part of their campaign.
Yeah, and I mentioned early in this broadcast, Ashton Nolte is the only alternate captain remaining. The other 2 injured, Sebastian Zambrowski and Hudson Ogeron, both out for tonight. Their captain, James Kravis, is still in, the starter, number 66, putting an impact on this game.
Yeah, tough to see. They are running tonight with about 3.5 lines. They're missing kind of a centerman in there at the end of it. And thanks to the Kennesaw State staff, by the way, for giving us a great line chart. Not every team does that. We really appreciate it.
This sheet is awesome. Appreciate them a lot for this.
It's kind of unique. I think they're the only program in ACHA, or rather College Hockey South, that does that.
Yeah, for sure. Flicked in by Moriarty. Controlled it up big, hit laid on James Kravis, but it's taken away. Ashton Nolte, great defense by Florida Atlantic as Justin Lopes is going to flick it right out of play. But it was a really quick chance Kennesaw State had right there.
Now there's 2 minutes going up on the box on FAU. It's a cross-checking penalty coming up here on Moriarty, Wes, and you called it. A good job laying out a captain there in Kravis, but did a little too much there. And so it begins. First penalty kill for this FAU group.
Florida Atlantic struggled all season, the 5 games they had so far, with those penalties. As the faceoff is taken by Christian Sosa, and I believe Joe Lozeritis on the other side. It's won by Sosa, flicked out, collected by Christian Sosa again. Great save by Seth Fisher, just putting his hand down, stopping that puck from going in.
One of the things we've seen from this FAU group they struggled with is rebound opportunities. Matt McMillan and Seth Fisher have given up their fair bunch, but Fisher is typically a goalie that's going to get you one stop, and his defense has to help on the next.
For sure, as it's collected by number 96. Just flicked around, back to Sosa. Sosa give it back on a hard hit. James Kravis slaps it towards the goal, slap shot. Collected again by Ashton Nolte as it's back.
There was a Kennesaw State player down in this near corner, Wes, and I'm not sure if the official indicated a roughing. And I believe this is going to be a 5-on-3 now.
Just like all season, FAU penalty plagued. That's too quick. Right on Connor Moriarty and Joe Lozeritis to start the game. Controlled by Kennesaw State, Will Costin. Costin with a shot, just wide. Collected again by Kennesaw State, that's Christian Sosa. Sosa back to Costin. Costin takes a shot, blocked, patted aside by Seth Fisher. Even with those 2 quick penalties, FAU still have great goalkeeping, as is brought up the ice by Reese Legal. Legal with it. Legal back to Kravis. Kravis to Sosa. Sosa's going to square up. And a great save. Another rebound chance, but is sticked away by Florida Atlantic. It's given between the leg. Intercepted, though, by Connor Strum. Seth Fisher on the backside. Sticks it away. This Ty Johnson gives it up to Sosa. Back to Johnson. Johnson's going to put it in front. That's on a shot for Reese Legal. And that's going to be a goal. Reese Legal, I thought it was saved by Seth Fisher. Was it not a goal? Was a goal.
Yeah, and he's set up nicely, I believe, by Ashton Nolte, who came off the floor and gets an apple there. And this is just a tough play. Fisher has to respect the post area because he can't allow that forward to come inside and potentially take it on him. And now that leaves the defender having the man in front, and when you don't have enough bodies, that's simply just a quick one-timer that Legault can take, and that's a quick goal, but well-deserved. Not much Fisher can do on that.
Put his best efforts by sticking his glove up there for sure. It's an FAU taker, takes a spill. It's going to be collected by Ty Johnson. Ty Johnson holding it behind his net. Going to give it up to Legault. Legault. Owen Foster couldn't make the pass. It's back to Johnson. Johnson giving it to his teammate. Back to Foster. Foster with a shot. Puts it right back. Seth Fisher, 2 quick goals.
They do a great job on the right side of the ice with movement. Owls, with still a man down, allow a second opportunity. And that's just a good job driving in towards the net by number 37, Owen Foster. All he has to do is beat that glove side, and that's just one I think that Fisher's going to want back, in all honesty. I think he had a lane to save this, and it was just an open opportunity with a less body down, and that's 2 goals allowed. And we talked about the penalty troubles. Kennesaw State doing a marvelous job capitalizing because of their puck movement.
Sure, it's going to be controlled by FAU. Nicholas Snyder. Mike Terry taking a big hit. Back to Snyder. Collected a shot on net. Collected again by Bryce Malcolm, but he loses it to Kennesaw State. As Grogan's going to take it up. And a shot.
Wow. That was a paddle save by Fisher. They should have had this one on an easy tap in. It was 2 Kennesaw State forwards crashing down on him in front of the net. If Fisher doesn't get that paddle across, or he's a little bit cheating on his angle, that is a easy goal in there. And boy, that was going to be a tap in for Will Izernix. And Wes, I mean, this is a really crucial time. It's so early, but for their confidence right now, they've dropped 3 of the last 4. They have got to find a way to get this puck in the opposite end of the ice.
It's Florida Atlantic taking it up, stolen away by Legault. Back to Legault, who's going to chase it down, but it's going to be collected by FAU. Connor Strum flicking it up. Kennesaw State's going to get it right back. That's Will Costin. Costin with the puck, a nifty move. to be Comtois. He's going to have a chance. Sticked away by Seth Fisher. Another Kennesaw State chance, but it's going to be blocked by Comtois. That shot's wide. Seth Fisher. It's going to go in the open ice. It's going to be an icing.
Yeah, that's just a tough sequence. Turning the puck over in the neutral zone. Connor Strum, Sam Watson, Lozeritis having a tough time breaking out. And the reason they put all their players to that strong side is you have to make your passes simple and short. And when they do that, it's usually more times than not they're going to get at least past the red line, but they have an errant one that flips over a stick of their own at the red line. Kennesaw State now can spread the ice out and get back in transition.
It's a face-off won by FAU, but the pass was knocked down by Chris Scott. It's going to be wrapped around Connor Moriarty there, but it's going to be taken by Aiden Nolte. It's a bit of a scrum in the corner for it. It's going to be won by Aiden Nolte as he goes down. But Connor Moriarty's, Joe Lozeritis, is going to come out the winner. As there's another fight. FAU's going to win that again. As that was Comtois Tuma, flicked it up. It's going to be collected by Kennesaw State, Jeffrey Thomas, but pass stuff for Connor Moriarty to control. Moriarty up. Pass intended for Watson is going to go by. And Souza is going to have it. Good nifty move on Rothamich. That's flicked up. It's going to be Aiden Nolte with an opportunity as it's kicked away by Connor Strum. Great defense. Stop that one as it's brought up the ice by Florida Atlantic. Just Drew Renzi as he plays it in front. No one home. Rothamich is going to have it. Pass probably right to Drew Renzi. Couldn't connect. As Kennesaw State's going to have a chance. He's not. As Jake Bouchigras fighting for the puck.
And that's a former Owl there in Pecora, number 58, blowing a tire. He would have had a fast break to the net. It's a sight to see for Owl fans, number 58 in yellow. You might remember him for being pretty good, one of the best scorers on FAU last year.
As collected again, Kennesaw State, but there's a breakaway by Andrew Rothamich, but it's going to be saved by Nikolai Dunn. Great reaction, stepping in there, stopping that from being a goal. Anthony Berry skating up, but it's stopped by Jake Bouchigras. Bouchigras trying to find an option, cannot. Kennesaw State's going to have another chance. Shots patted away by Seth Fisher. As FAU's going to control it. Shifted right there to A.J. Berry. A.J. Berry to John Norton. John Norton put it to wide. Kennesaw State. That's Owen Foster with it. Foster trying to make a play, but two-man press as he finds his teammate. Will Costin struggling, gets hit big as the puck is free. Collected again by Nolan Porcello. Porcello! It's going to be a shot. I believe that's saved by Seth Fisher. Don't know who got the shot off, but it was a great save by Fisher.
Well, let's go back to that FAU break-in. Andrew Rothamich makes a good job at the blue line, forcing Ty Johnston to make a play, which he doesn't. He coughs us up at his own blue line. Johnston gets back, and then the other way, Kennesaw State presses two of their forwards to one FAU Owl, and they force a turnover that leads to this latest opportunity.
As FAU gets the puck right back, puts it right up. There's going to be an escape. That's Mike Terry lays the lumber as he gets it right back. Looks at the official, looks like he wants something. Can be a shot. Put up by James Kravis, deflected off a FAU player. It's going to be out of the area, out of the ice.
I mean, Terry's not a guy afraid to get in there, right? 6 foot. He's one of the bigger guys on this small, we'll call it, roster for this young FAU group. And a transfer from a former ACHA D3 program with Merchant Marine Academy. That's the kind of thing, separate a man from the puck and then you create a play in front. You love to see that from a guy that's supposed to come up big for them.
And he took a big hit 2 games ago, knocked him out. Glad to see him back in. It's going to be collected by FAU. That's Joe Lozeritis putting a move on the Kennesaw State defender. Not going to beat Legault, but he's going to get another chance. That's Bryce Malcolm collecting the puck, trying to put it up, but it's blocked by his own teammate. It's going to be Sam Watson just putting it up, maybe for a line change. Owen Foster kicking it away. That's
a tough break considering that he had a man in the middle with Watson. He elected to go for the shooting opportunity and then got roughed off the puck. Lozeritis is a very important player considering this FAU group is dealing with some injuries.
As Jake Buchigras turned that puck over, giving Kennesaw State another opportunity.
And things don't look too one side or the other on the 5-on-5. Of course, the 2 latest goals from a 5-on-3 and a 5-on-4 power play. I think so far, though, knock on glass, wood, whatever, 6:40 to go in the first. FAU is doing a good job controlling this and not getting too over-aggressive.
That's Jake Buchigras. Tries to win that. It's flicked up in the open ice. Blocked by Kennesaw State as John Ronson, as Buchigras tries to get that puck back. Buchigras with it, trying to beat the double team, cannot. It's given right back to Kennesaw State as John Norton tries to make a play, cannot. Christian Souza gives it to his teammate, can't control it though. Almost a costly turnover. John Ronson with it still. Giving up to Norton. Sorry, Rothamich. It's back to Kennesaw State. As he takes a shot, patted away by Seth Fisher, brought up the ice by Moriarty. Moriarty to Renzi. Renzi, gonna be a stoppage of play. I believe that was offsides.
Yeah, Moriarty. And good job getting back defensively. I didn't catch the number, but an FAU forward did a great job sealing the back door, not allowing that feed cross ice on Fisher, and that leads to a transition play. It starts in FAU's own end. And one thing that they're missing, if people wonder why they were such a high-scoring clip from last year, you're missing Christian Cucci and Aiden Georgiano, simple as that. But you're also missing their ability defensively to get back.
As A.J. Berry takes a shot, patted away. A.J. Berry's going to have it again, but it's going to be collected by Kennesaw State. Put up the ice. Bit of an errant pass as Carter Baker's going to get that. Gives it a side. Controlled by Kennesaw State again. Going to have a shot. Patted away by Seth Fisher. FAU with another opportunity. Going to remain in the possession as Mike Terry takes a shot. Not a guy who takes a lot of shots for FAU. FAU still has it. Mike Terry trying to block the defender inside. Kennesaw State is going to clear the zone.
That's a great shift so far for the sophomore, as we've got, could be a call coming up here. Far official whistle to play dead. See what we got. It's a slashing call on the Owls.
The FAU Owls, their 3rd penalty already tonight.
Yeah, did I say Owls?
Yeah.
They're both Owls, genius. I'll probably do that a couple of times tonight. Thank you. But just an unfortunate mark for A.J. Berry. Now they got to go to another kill. Thing they got to do better on this one is as soon as that puck hits Fisher, you've got to get this out of the zone any way possible.
As this kill controlled by Souza. Souza given to his teammate. It's back Comtois-Tuma clears the zone exactly as you were saying, as Dunn is there.
Yeah, this is a really good penalty kill group, led by guys like Bartoshevich, Baker. They do a good job taking away passing lanes in the middle.
A team that takes a lot of penalties. Will Costin wrapped around to Sosa. Sosa finding his teammate, a little bit of errant pass. It's going to be collected. A shot, maybe out of play.
And if you're injured, you go to in your second year, really all you can ask your forwards to do is keep them as far to the outside as possible. Somebody's going to have an open look. It's just the way it is. What you want to do is give Fisher every ability to see a shot clearly, not screen him yourself, and then take away the second option.
As Christian Sosa has it. Back to Sosa. Sosa with a shot. Saved again by Seth Fisher.
Yeah, and it's shots like that where if you're Kennesaw State, what you're trying to do is kind of climb the ladder. You've got the middle of the ice. It's kind of like an invisible line, and you want to get to one side as the other as quickly as possible and get people moving as quickly as possible so that you can get the ice taken away. That time it's a clear shot that Fisher can see the whole way.
It's collected by Ty Johnson. Johnson to his teammate Chris Scott with a shot. Saved again by Fisher with a minute left in this power play on A.J. Berry with the slash.
Yeah, and a really important kill considering, yes, if you score, of course, goals matter. But what really matters more is the confidence level because they are going to take more penalties. You just have to accept it. It's about getting comfortable with your penalty kill unit that is important for this group going forward. That's a good flip out.
Flipped out, as you said, going to be controlled by Chris Scott. Chris Scott to Ty Johnson, back to Scott. Scott finds Johnson again as Johnson's going to skate it up and feed it off to his teammate, Pecora. Pecora tries to put a move. Can't, but it's gloved. Gloved by Johnson. Collected again, fed off. Owen Foster. Owen Foster to his teammate Pecora. Pecora looking for options, can't find any. As Moriarty's going to whip it around the boards. It's played in. Collected again by Kennesaw State. As Lozeritis is going to flick that one out. It's going to be stopped from icing by Dunn. Dunn feeds it to his teammate Chris Scott. Scott's going to skate it up. Renzi there to play a little defense. He passes it off to Johnson. Johnson, nifty move. Beats his defender. Going to take a shot just wide of the net. Seth Fisher was there to clear out the side of his net.
Unfortunate. That hit the official.
Yeah, the puck was on the official. Drew Renzi could not control it. Back to Renzi. He has another chance, but it's taken away by Scott. Scott's going to one-on-one, and he's hit hard by Connor Strum. It's a great hit to stop his forward momentum. As that's James Kravis, gets it taken away.
There's some really solid defensive work by FAU at the end of that kill and now into this even strength, Wes. And I think the point Yagoda has made to his guys is, hey, you can pressure these guys and force them to make their own mistakes. Kennesaw State's not perfect. They have been also missing on some passes, and you see how quickly FAU was trying to rifle that puck down the ice, blocked on a few of them. They stick with it, however, and now it feels like they're calmed down defensively, despite Kennesaw State really controlling the possession.
As Kennesaw State wins the faceoff, it's going to be Thomas pressured in the corner by Carter Baker. The puck skirting around a little bit. Collected by Kravis, sticked aside by Fisher. As Connor Strum's going to control that as he passes it off to his teammate, Lozeritis. Lozeritis loses it. Percello to his teammate. Ligo to Percello. Percello to Ezernix.
And a delayed call. It's another penalty coming up on FAU.
FAU with the slash. The season keeps going like this. Going to learn to be very comfortable on that power play. the 5-on-4.
So 4th of the night for them. You include that 5-on-3, 5-on-4, where the Kennesaw State forwards pounced on it. Again, as soon as you find a lane, rifle this thing down, and if it gets to Fisher, give him a clear lane to save it and then help him out. And official comes back just to signal that it is a roughing call and confirm it on Losaritis.
And you were saying both goalkeepers give a lot of rebounds. Just being there for him to put the puck up the ice to stop a second chance. Exactly the kind of strategy FAU wants for this game.
And KSU, don't be fooled. They want to get shots that are loose and get those dirty goals.
It's going to be collected by Grogan. Sorry, it was Kravis. A shot, sticked aside, second chance. FAU sticks it away and flicks it up the ice to clear the zone. This Dunn's going to be there to prevent any icing to keep the play going. Alternate captain Nolte. Drew Renzi was there to block the pass, but it's still going to be collected by Ashton Nolte. Shot goes just wide, but I believe it's patted off as Sosa puts it back in the FAU zone. Carter Baker's there trying to make a play. A full ice pass. Renzi was not there to collect that puck as Kennesaw State is going to be there to get the puck. It's going to be Will Costin as a shot taken by James Kravis. A great save by Seth Fisher, one of the Kennesaw State players, making a charge on him as he sticks him away. 2.5 seconds left in this period. A minute left on the power play. And
what's an interesting strategy here is they're actually going to pull Kennesaw State's netminder Nikolai Dunn with 2 seconds left. Or were they? They're now signaling another penalty on the board. Well, they're still going to pull him because this will cause a 6-on-3. Now, there's a penalty here on Connor Strum, and I don't know about you, I missed it, but that is killer. They're going to have a minute of 5-on-3, and right now 6-on-3. They just want to get more bodies if they win this faceoff to get as many people for a one-timer.
Just sticked away by Fisher to end this period. The first period, excuse me, it's going to end 2-0, and FAU is going to start the next period down 2 men and play the first 57 seconds of that down another man. Be back with you at Boca Ice Arena for the second period. Welcome back to Boca Iceplex in Boca Raton, Florida for a late time second period, for the start of the second period, as Kennesaw State wins the face-off. And a quick shot goes through the legs of Seth Fisher. He did not see that one coming. An early goal on the 5-on-3 as FAU starts down 2 men. They're going to go from 3 men to 4 men. This is the first penalty. It's going to be off. Is FAU giving up the first goal of the period in the first 20 seconds.
Yeah, they're all looking towards the shooter in this lane, but the only man in front is a lone Will Costin. The freshman tips this. It's a beautiful tip. It's a great job to put it underneath the legs of Fisher, and that is a brutal start considering they just had to kill off a penalty and another power play goal.
Another chance right off the bat. James Kravis goes over the net. As his Joe Lozeritis is going to win it. No, he's not. Christian Sosa wins it, gives it to his teammate. That's going to be Will Costin with it, passing it off. Back to Costin, though. The top of the zone. Kennesaw State having it. Reese Legault centers it. Will Costin cannot control it. Gives it back to Legault. FAU. Sam Watson clears the zone. No icing called as Christian Sosa collects it. Sosa gives it off. Off to Legault. Legault beats 2. Great save by Seth Fisher to stop that one from going in.
He almost had his second.
This flicked around the board by Chris Scott. Scott clears the zone again. Still no icing.
And it's frustrating when your whole defense gets beat like that on a rush. I know it's a power play. The idea is to have them set up and make them have the open lanes to shoot because you're down a man. But when it's like that, it's just they could do that even strength. It's just a matter of getting back defensively.
As Owen Foster gives it to his teammate. It was John Rodson with the shot. Seth Fisher easily lights that puck.
And you're down by 3 this early. You can make the argument you have a lot of time to figure it out. They just don't have that momentum swing. They don't have that moment. They're pretty deflated coming off the ice. Guys are frustrated. They've been like this the last 2-3 weeks. It's been really since opening weekend we saw them play with a lot of confidence when they swept Miami ACDC and Miami M3. They're only 2 wins. It's just a collective downfall, and they've really got to do a good job in their own zone, taking the puck away from Kennesaw State and not allowing them time and space.
As Lopes won the faceoff, Drew Renzi rushing for it. Cannot win it as John Ronson gets the puck. That's going to be Rafimich trying to get it. As Lopes tries to put it in. Renzi scores, puts it on the left side of Nikolai Don.
Everybody's committed to the strong side of this puck. Man is parked out in front. Renzi gets behind this defense, scooping it himself, and he goes from left to right. That forces Nikolai Dunn to move, and Dunn actually sells this out. He falls down, hypothetically sprawling his left skate, and that enough patience by Renzi allows him to put it past the left skate blade. That's a great job from a guy that they need now to be the main guy, and a big score for them to lift this team.
The team missing one of their main scorers to injury tonight, John Bayona. As Comtois Tuman wins that one. It's going to be a race down to the zone, but it's going to be won by Kennesaw State. Tyne Johnson outskates Tuman. It's going to be collected by Bartoshevich. Bartoshevich takes the hit, but puts it around the boards. Kennesaw State going to have a bit of a scrum there for it. Porcello flicks it up again. Bartoshevich with the shot. As that's going to be in. I believe Nikolai Dunn spreading out for it, lets it go past him. Just like that, we have a game again.
That is a huge putback goal. You said it, getting in front, Bartoshevich. This is a shot from the point with 2 Owls in front of the net. They're trying to get this one towards Dunn for that rebound, and none of the Owls on Kennesaw State side get in between him to help. That allows the Owls in FAU to crash the net, swarm, do whatever you got to do to whack this through, and it goes. And now you've got 2 goals within a minute. That is a terrific reversal and a great effort play on the forecheck.
Especially as the game seemed to be controlled by Kennesaw State. 2 quick goals, but a quick shot right off the gates. Seth Fisher's there, stopping the puck. And it's a goal! 3 goals in about a minute as Will Costin on the top line for the Kennesaw State Owls. Gonna put that right by Seth Fisher. He's gonna want that one back.
You could say that again. He stands up and hugs his post thinking that this puck was behind the goal, and all he's got to do is shoot it a wide open net because Fisher doesn't know where this puck is, and it's free. That is a costly error by the FAU netminder where, oh my goodness, I mean, talk about just breaking the floodgates open. 3 goals in less than 2 minutes.
It's Kennesaw State with another chance. As the Kennesaw State players brought to the ground as Sam Watson is trying to control it. Looks like it's going to be a hold on Florida Atlantic, and back to the penalty box it seems. Florida Atlantic's going to go.
Yes, Connor Moriarty is getting an explanation from the officials. It's now tough, and look, that's the springboard of this team, right? It's a little bit volatile. You get these 2 goals, you're right back in the swing of things. Now you allow a bad goal like that, and then Moriarty now going to the box again. It's a snowball effect.
As Connor Strum flicks it up the ice, Kennesaw State controlling it, trying to get their attack going. As Dronson's trying to make a play on it. Can't get it, finds his teammate. Given, shot. Seth Fisher cleared by Connor Strum. Spicora trying to chase down Drew Renzi. Renzi trying to avoid the hit, no hit coming as he gives the puck away. Kennesaw State has it right back. Kennesaw State bringing it back up the ice. Ty Johnson tries to get a shot, none there. Collected by Connor Strum. Strum to Renzi. Renzi's gonna have a one-on-one. Renzi loses control as the puck sails wide.
Oh, what a job by Strum. They finally got that stretch pass through, and Renzi just whiffed. He never got a shot through.
As Scott tries to bring it in, he can't, but it's collected again by Johnson as the puck is almost cleared. It's going to be James Kravis giving it to his teammate. Wrapped around the board by Kennesaw State. Strum puts it up, but Nikolai Dunn is there for Sam Watson fighting for the puck in the corner. Sam Watson isn't going to win it as Kravis is going to take that one. Passes it up to his teammate. As Sam Watson clears the zone, puts it back. As Dunn is there again. Get the puck. This pass off the boards. Kennesaw State fighting over it. That's Bartoshevich. Bartoshevich to Watson. Couldn't quite clear Christian Souza. Souza's going to wrap it around the boards. As Carter Baker's going to be there. Fighting with James Kravis. As Carter Baker's going to come out victorious. He's got Watson. And he's got Lopes on the other side. Maybe a chance here. Pass. And it's scored! Carter Baker. The offside puts it right past the leg of Dunn. Quick goal. 4-3, Florida Atlantic.
This is a textbook transition breakout. Baker frees this one up in the far corner, and him and Justin Lopes get off to the races. He feeds this one beautifully to the left wing for Lopes, and Lopes, this pass has got to be perfect. It gets through a body right on the doorstep for Baker to just finish this one, and you get done moving. That is a textbook transition goal, beautifully done by those two.
And a waterfall of goals. So we've seen about 4 in the last about 4 minutes of play, as there's a fight for the puck against the boards. Don't know who's going to come out with it. Kennesaw State kicks it away. Buchigros whiffs on the pass. Iannicelli tried to make it. There's a whistle for a stoppage of play. Officials are pointing at Kennesaw State.
And it's a tripping call coming up on Kennesaw State. Nicholas Pecora, the former Owl here. And that's a tough way to have your first weekend back. I'm sorry, it's Liam Grogan, not Pecora.
It's their face-off for FAU's first chance of the day. Lozeritis, no Sam Watson.
Boy, isn't that crazy to say?
Yeah.
It's been 6 Kennesaw State power plays in this game. We're not even halfway.
Lozeritis fighting with Legault for it. This is a 4-person. Legault is going to come out the winner as he wraps it around the boards. It's going to be a race as Renzi is there, but it's going to be won by Costin. Costin gives it away to Renzi. Renzi to Watson. Watson, nifty move, gets hit though by Legault. So it's flicked up the ice by James Kravis. Seth Fisher's gonna hold it for Lozeritis. Lozeritis waiting for Carter Baker as Sam Watson has it. Renzi takes a big hit by Legault. Sam Watson there. A big hit again, as it is won by Carter Baker. Carter Baker looking for option. Lozeritis. Lozeritis back to Baker. Baker looking for options again. Gonna find his teammate. A shot! Sam Watson easily saved by Nikolai Dunn.
I won't lie, I think that's actually a tougher shot than it seems at first, considering that Watson puts a lot of lumber on this, and Dunn is committed to that left side. If he fakes this shot, he's got an option on the backside coming with, I believe it could have been Lopes, or, well, they had Renzi behind the goal, but I think Dunn has had a tough go of it to start this period here, and for him getting settled in, that's big for Kennesaw State.
And as FAU wins, shot by Jake Buchigros. Buchigros gets it back. Renzi, a shot by Watson. Saves. Something interesting I did see during that last stoppage of play. Sam Watson is out of the goal. Matthew McMillan is in.
A very good point. I don't know if there's something wrong with Fisher or if that's just a management decision by Yagoda. He mentioned, talked to him in the break, he needs to do something to get these guys going. And that could be it.
Could be the answer. As Drew Renzi gives it to Watson. Watson to Renzi. Renzi takes a shot. It's going to be blocked wide. Renzi's going to try to get it back, but he's not. There's a breakaway for Ronson. Ronson scores! Sorry, that is not Ronson. This is Ashton Nolte, the alternate captain.
This is a bad beat for FAU. They got caught flat-footed at their own blue line with 2 defenders. Nolte presses them, and Renzi cannot hold this at the line. He's flat-footed, so he's already off to a bad start, and all Nolte has to do is turn on the jets. He does, and the first shot on Matt McMillan in net is a doozy, and it's 5-3 in an action-packed second. That's now the 4th power play goal, or rather, excuse me, that's shorthanded, never mind. Still, though, for special teams, Tough break.
Bucci Gross gives it Bartoshevich with it. Puts it off the boards, a wrap around. As Comtois Tuman tries to get it, Moriarty blocks it. Tuman tries to big hit, lays the lumber on Legault. Legault, Bartoshevich, Tuman, all of them fighting for the puck in the corner. Hudson Bashkin in there as well, I believe. No one getting clear control of the puck quite yet, as the puck is out. It's going to be collected by Kennesaw State. There's another race as Jake Bucci-Gross lays a hit on Pecora. Bucci-Gross tries to get it poked away. Pecora with it. Pecora looking for options. Brogan with the shot. Blocked by Bucci-Gross, out of play.
It's a good effort shift there by Bucci-Gross. He is a guy that's willing to get in those dirty areas. Andrew Gutta told us before the season he needs Bucci-Gross to step up as a leader and make contributing plays like that, especially defensively. Now, it is only 5-3, and it's been a fun period, right? Back and forth, both teams getting their looks at breaks, transition goals. We've seen about everything so far. But I think for FAU, it's important you settle in here and get McMillan comfortable. Good stop there.
Good stop indeed, as FAU is going to try to get control of that. The poke check, as Nicholas Snyder's trying to battle with 3 different Owls to win it. Owls do win it. The buzzer is not on our side. The buzzer's on the other side of the ice.
Yeah, men's league game going on. Starting here at, what is it now, 11:07 p.m. Eastern time. Unfortunate time for that to happen, as that stopped play as well in this game.
Going to be a lot of confusing whistles, buzzers all night. Going to be fun as the officials bring it in to restart the play in the FAU zone. Drew Renzi's going to go against John Watson for the face-off. It's going to be won by FAU. Justin Lopes couldn't hang on. It's going to be Carter Baker. Ronson's going to win it, passes it to his teammate. Teammate couldn't get collected. As Carter Baker's there, uses the net to win it. Carter Baker looking for option, finds his teammate, Rothamich. Rothamich tries to go cross ice, but it's intercepted by Chris Scott. Scott trying to make a move, looking for options, plays it in front, nobody home. Drew Renzi clears it as Ronson hangs on.
I'd like to see Renzi hold that a bit. He plays this role when they're defensively of kind of a cherry picking. He hangs out in the neutral zone waiting for a Kennesaw State turnover so that he can get a stretch pass and turn up ice. And if he holds on to that puck, they're out of the zone. Instead, now they have to fight for a clear again.
The puck's in a bit of a mess. Kennesaw State's going to come out of it. Chris Scott collected to try to play it in front. Chris Scott wants it, passes it off to his teammate, Aiden Nolte. To his captain, Kravis. Kravis passes it off. Kravis going to get it back, though. Big hit laid on him by John Norton. And a massive hit laid on Rothamich. Tego down. Drew Renzi tried to keep it. Lays the hit on Kennesaw State. Can't control the puck, though. It's going to be covered by Matthew McMillan.
It's been a physical bout. We haven't seen too many post-whistle scrums except for Fisher, who received an extra whack late in the first. 5-3 here. Better job defensively for the Owls. I feel like they're a little more disciplined. They're actually using their body positioning better, fighting for those skirmishes and corners and getting the puck free to themselves. And we got another problem with the score clock.
This play is going to continue. The puck's whipped around.
That was actually our score clock this time, Wes.
Oh, wow, big hit late. Score clock's all over the place. As Sam Watson's going to try to beat it. Pass to Iannicelli. Iannicelli's going to control it. That's going to be Lozeritis. Watson scores, gets it right past goalkeeper, looking for someone there. Nobody there to stop that one. As FAU pulls within 1 goal again, as they have all night. The scoring spree of the second period continues.
So Iannicelli goes in to finish his check on the man. He stays with the play on the end boards, gets in front, but where this play comes in is at the blue line. Owls from that far side of the ice, half board in, get this to Watson, who's alone deep in the zone. That's a fortunate job for them to get it deeper, and that's just a beautiful shot. Shoulder side, he has got to pick that corner, and he does it masterfully. Look out.
Masterfully indeed.
And now you've got to stay on it because Kennesaw State has answered every time the Owls have a goal.
Yeah, FAU's pulled within 1 this entire night as the puck is across the board. Connor Moriarty tried to win it, but Bryce Malcolm is going to control it. Tries to get past the ensuing Owl defender. It's going to be Lozeritis with it. Finds an option, and Iannicelli. Moriarty with it. Finds Watson again, just wide. Found by Malcolm to Watson. Watson looking for options as he gets hit in his waist. It's a little hit, but here's another breakaway. But Carter Baker's there to close it off. A great glove save as he says no to figure out who scored that or shot that.
I don't blame you. A bit tough because this Kennesaw State team does not put the numbers on the sleeves. Kind of a rare instance of seeing that. Although, you know, it's even more rare as you get both teams that don't put the numbers on the shoulder pads. Real great for us up here.
Liam Grogan with that shot. Matthew McMillan telling him no.
Carter Baker's having one whale of a game.
Definitely, he's been awesome on defense.
He's a big part of the reason this one is closer now than it felt like when Kennesaw State scored and went up 3-0 in the first minute of this period. And how things change, right? We go from 3-0 to 5-4 in the blink of an eye.
6 total goals scored in this period. That's a face-off won by FAU. Carter Baker, you mentioned it, looking for options. Just puts it off the board perfectly for his teammate, Mike Terry. Mike Terry hands it off to Tooman. Tooman gets tripped up. FAU players asking for a penalty. They're going to get one. A slash, it appears, the official signaling.
Yeah, 2 Kennesaw State defenders crash into each other in the neutral zone. That was John Ronson. And then they basically allow a fast break. 3-on-1 develops, and if that player does not cause the slash, and in this case, going, I believe it's going to be, is that Alvarez or Legault? If he's not there to trip up that player, which it is Legault, you're looking at a straight shot on Dunn, who's been shaky at times when faced all alone.
It definitely is the face-off. It's won by FAU. FAU Lozeritis with it. Tries to find his teammate, cannot, as Kennesaw State's going to clear the zone to start it. Carter Baker there to collect the puck, looking for his teammates. Sam Watson, Drew Renzi there has choices for him. He decides Watson. Watson passed up the ice to Bardashevich. Bardashevich Baker there controlling it, trying to find options. That's James Kravis making a good steal.
That's a captain's effort right there. And smartly, they're going to back up in this zone. I thought they were going to. They forwarded along now.
Drew Renzi collecting it, looking for options as he's skating up. He's just going to put it off the boards to himself. Going to look. Sam Watson, a shot. Blocked by Dunn. Another shot. No goal. Just went off of him, the shot. Can't tell now. I believe it was Lozeritis. Sam Watson just wide the pass. Back to Carter Baker. Carter Baker, Lozeritis. Lozeritis back behind. to Bartashevich, no one home. Baker, pass, shot deflected. Lozeritis there. Lozeritis could not find his teammate, Carter Baker. Lozeritis to Watson, whiffed. Sorry, Bartashevich whiffed. That's going to be Watson trying to get it back. Watson is there still. Watson going to feed it to his teammate down low. He's looking for options. Nobody's home. That's Lozeritis. Lozeritis wide. Watson is still there to collect it. Watson looking for options, passing it below to his own teammate. In front, Bartashevich. There's a bit of a scrum. It's going to be covered by Nikolai Dunn.
They tried just about everything on this power play. Short side chances. You get a weak side man. You feed it through the crease area. You try and slam it home from the end boards in, and none of it works. Good job by probably the best by Nikolai Dunn on that kill. And I love how FAU's trying different looks on the net. They're not just having one guy shoot it every time, whether it's Bartashevich or Rothamich or Watson even, who's got that big bomb of a shot. It's a collective effort right now with 5 seconds to go. You get a win here. I'd love to see them get it up to the point.
As they go back to the face-off, Alex Bartashevich is going to be there. Beats Ronson, but it's still going to be back to Moriarty. Moriarty looking for options. Puts a shot on net from distance. Not sure Nikolai Dunn was ready for that one. He's going to glove it nonetheless. Going back to a face-off in Kennesaw State Owls zone.
What Kennesaw State does well is get bodies in front of pucks. They had a few good blocks in there. Sometimes they overcommit and they get two guys in one area. That's leaving other players open if you miss on that shot or a player thinks twice about it. I think, though, they're doing a better job helping out Dunn in front of their net.
Moriarty with a shot just wide. This Connor Strum's going to be there to collect it. Hits a guy in the face. That's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, they're going to get him for a high stick. And that's just we've said it all night long. That's now the 7th penalty for FAU. And I believe, if my records are right, in the 6 games they've played so far, and now this 7, that's going to be the 5th time in 7 games that they have taken 7 or more penalties. And not an exact science, people, but look, it's been their story, and that's just another instance where you've got to keep your stick down. You've got to find a way to play a little bit more disciplined.
And FAU's averaging a little over 8 penalties per game as Lozeritis stops down. It's given to Kravis. Kravis to Nolte. Nolte's looking for options. He finds his teammate. Back to Nolte. Nolte looking a shot. McMillan patted away. A monstrous shot by James Kravis. Really letting it loose, but putting it high above Matthew McMullen.
And now what you get with McMillan is a very active goaltender, right? He's a guy that moves around a lot, a little bit more of that Rocco Bruno style. I think Fisher is kind of a guy that stands up a bit more. So this is going to have to be a slightly different approach for Kennesaw State. They have some talent in this forecheck, albeit they lost some really good goal scorers last year to graduation. They want as many rebound chances as they can get here.
Sure, as it's found just off the stick of James Kravis. As Kennesaw State's looking for an opportunity. Christian Sosa looking for options. Scanning for, finds his teammate there in the corner. As it's up found, number 47. Believe that's going to be saved by Matthew McMillan. Great job standing strong. The shot by Reese Ligo.
Yeah, they had Thomas and Nolte right in McMillan's face there, and calm as ever. And McMillan, he strikes me as the more sound goaltender when it comes to people in his face in traffic. Sometimes it is just that random, but there is a psyche to being able to handle a lot of players in your zone and your crease, and he did that well.
As Renzi almost won that face-off. Is collected by Owen Foster, takes a big hit, Ronson's going to collect it. Carter Baker's on his tail, though. Ronson looking for someone. Carter Baker trying to close off all options. Drew Renzi sticks it aside. It's going to be a race. But looks like it's going to be won by Ty Johnson. Ty Johnson's going to keep it as Drew Renzi goes aside. Drew Renzi almost intercepts it. Jake Bouchagras is going to be there, though. Jake Bouchagras flicks it up. Drew Renzi is going to be just short. Not going to be able to get it as he's boarded it. Is struggling to get up a little bit.
He might have a malfunction here with his skate. I thought he was skating a little awkwardly there. Renzi, very solid penalty kill here. He's been all over this thing, leading the way.
Jake Bouchagras puts it back up against the boards, collected by Ty Johnson. Trying to go on maybe one last attack. As the time is running out, another solid penalty kill to Ronson. Ronson wraps it around the boards as the penalty expires. Pecora loses control. Renzi finds Watson. Watson beats his defender, squeaks right by. Couldn't get the pass off to Drew Renzi. And here comes another attack for Kennesaw State. He's going to give it to Hudson Bashkin as he's going to just give it away to Jake Bouchagras. Bouchagras looking for options, finds a Carter Baker. Baker up the ice looking for Lozoritis, put his right past him. Just check. Bartoshevich has it now, trying to take on all four Kennesaw State Owls. As Lozoritis is there to collect it, takes a big hit. Bartoshevich loses the puck. Sam Watson there, Bartoshevich. Poke checks it away for Watson. Watson tries to find Bartoshevich again. Not there. Bartoshevich to Watson. Just goes wide. Moriarty loses it. An FAU player is there, gives it away. So whistle. Slash. That's going to be a slash.
.102 left. We get another late penalty here. It is on Kennesaw State. And going to sit for two there, Liam Grogan. This is a now power play that hasn't capitalized yet, but they're coming to life. And, you know, they've killed off now 4 straight penalties in their own way. This thing's really been flipped over. I know the score is still 5-4, and Kennesaw State's had 3 goals to go with it, but this is now the Owls' game. They're really starting to possess this puck more.
As Tuman passes it off to his teammate, Iannicelli with it, trying to look for an option in front. Can't find anyone as there's 40 seconds left in this period. That's Tuman. Tuman finds Iannicelli. Iannicelli looking for option, gives it to his teammate behind. Looking, that's Carter Baker. Carter Baker trying to get past his defender as Porcello is going to steal that one, but it's taken right back. A shot by Iannicelli! Scores to tie this game up on the power play. 5-5 with 25 seconds left in the second period. This second period riddled with goals.
Some great work, hard, gritty play on the far side of the boards, Wes, and they finished the check on this. Iannicelli's in a right place, right time, but this feed cross ice is perfect. And not much that Dunn can do getting across. You even see him now after the play just practicing that. What a strong power play goal. That's right, the kick boost that gets the train going for them. 1 for 3 on the power play and beautifully finished off, executed well.
It's a really good goal to tie this game up as Drew Renzi flicks it up the ice. It's going to be collected by Souza. Souza takes the hit from Bouchagras. The Kennesaw State's going to get it back as he's finding options. Costin beats a defender. It's Bryce Malcolm takes the hit. 1.1 seconds left in the period. It's going to be another penalty on Kennesaw State right after the Florida Atlantic University power play goal.
Yeah, that's a bad penalty to take as Nolte gets barrels over a man, and there's some jaw jacking with him and a fan above our balcony. That's a break FAU needs, but that's opposite. You just can't do that. Time's winding down. You got 2 seconds left. There's no opportunity here for the play to be made if you make that hit. And now Nolte's going to sit, and you'll get one more draw with literally a second left. This would have to be a perfect draw by Renzi.
A shot by Jake Bouchergross could go in potentially. It's going to be won by Kennesaw State as the time runs out in the second period, tied at 5-5. We've got a good one here for you in Boca Raton at Boca Ice Center. Stay tuned for the third and final period. Welcome back to Boca Ice Center in Boca Raton, Florida, home of the FAU Owls. This game is a fun one after a 8-goal second period. Goal scored by Souza, Renzi, Bartoshevich, Costin, Baker, Nolte, Watson, and then finally Iannicelli. What have you, Wes Moore here with Devin Serra, what have you made of that second period?
Well, they responded, FAU did. They were caught a lot of times out of position, not making the right plays, taking bad penalties early in the first. And what they did better in that second was calm down defensively. They killed off the remaining 4 penalties they took, kept Kennesaw State 3 for 7 on the man advantage, but they got in transition. And when they were on the power play, they moved the puck so much better. They're having some great standout performances. I want to go back to this last goal. Carter Baker, number 21, makes this play happen. If this shot, this shot comes out to the slot area, Iannicelli's looking to put it home, and it flips over his stick. So then Baker picks this up, and he wants to get the play deeper, but an unfortunate bounce goes off the official. The Kennesaw State defender tries to flip it out of the zone, and Baker seals the wall and then skates this puck out towards the middle and finds Iannicelli wide open on the left side of the ice, forces KSU's netminder and Dunn to move it, and he's not able to get across in time. And by the way, justice for him because they call the assist to Moriarty, but it's actually for Baker. So he's gotten a goal and assist. Point blank, they have been more disciplined. They have put in a lot more effort, and they have really done in a lot of creative ways, scoring on Dunn, getting him moving, crashing the net, and capitalizing on the chances they've gotten.
Yeah, definitely. And we've seen these tides just turn dramatically. The first period, the shot totals were 17 shots for Kennesaw State. FAU only had 4. And this second period, it's more even. Kennesaw State with 12, FAU 11. And we're getting ready to start this third period in a 5-5 tie. FAU tied their last game 4-4. And better news for all Owl fans watching. There's a minute 59 left on the power play. The penalty on Ashton Nolte as FAU wins the face-off. As Moriarty is offsides, couldn't get the puck in front of the blue line as he was trying to pass it to his teammate, the captain, Sam Watson, I believe he was looking for.
Yeah, and they start this period on the power play, like you mentioned, after a errant hit from behind by Nolte. And, you know, for Kennesaw State now, their biggest problem has not been doing a good job defensively, helping their goaltender and allowing him to be pounced on by FAU sweaters.
Yeah, as Comtois Tuman tries to win it, cannot. Carter Baker there, making an impact on every single play, looking for options. Tried to find Iannicelli, but does this time. Back to Baker. Baker to Comtois. Comtois, the shot redirected. Moriarty, the puck is loose. Baker finds, just goes wide of Comtois Tuman. Not there as it's gloved aside. Costin had it. Going to call illegal use of hands.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, hand pass. You're not allowed to glove it and push the puck forward. You're allowed to glove it and settle it down where you are, but you can't move the puck forward with your glove. That's why it resets.
As Lozoritis tries to win the faceoff, cannot. As Legault clears the zone. McMillan is there talking to somebody. As Watson whiffs on the pass, he still got it. Ice might still be a little sticky. New sheet. Drew Renzi passes it back to Rothamich. Back to Rothamich again from Carter Baker. Baker, Watson. Watson, Renzi. Renzi finds Watson after it's deflected. Watson finds Baker. Back to Watson. Watson. Can't tell who this is. That's Drew Renzi. A shot from Sam Watson. Puts it right above the shoulder of Nikolai Dunn, the power play goal, gonna put FAU on top 6-5 as they keep the scoring rolling.
So Rothamich carries this behind the goal, and Dunn is so worried about Drew Renzi on the weak side, the right side of the ice, that he does not pick up Sam Watts on the left. It's a beautiful pass by Renzi from behind the goal to Watson, and Dunn is looking completely behind. He has no clue that Watson is going to pounce on this shot. It's basically an open net to shoot, and he finishes that off. What a terrific job by two leadership members of this young M3 squad.
A great goal by Sam Watson as Moriarty tried to make it up the ice for another chance right off the face-off, but he was offside. His teammate right in front of him.
And that's the kind of presence Drew Renzi can make, is that he can force goaltenders and defenders alike to basically hone in on him and leave other guys open like you saw on that play.
Carter Baker controlling the puck in the neutral zone, going to take it into his own zone, looking. So he's going to skate it up. Gets past one, can't get past the second defender as that puck goes off. The official to FAU, Rothamich, has a shot taken by Carter Baker. Excuse me, no, that's Jake Buchigras, as is easily saved by Nikolai Dunn.
And you know, what a great job by that leadership group, right? Renzi now with a goal and an assist in this game, Watson with 2. I think what they have to establish, and Andrew go to preach this to us, it has to start with them. If they go, the whole team goes. And now they have the lead for the first time in this game, where, to be honest with you, Wes, we were worried this one was going to get away from them in a hurry, and they were resilient as ever a couple of times.
Definitely starting down 3-0 doesn't exactly bode well for most teams, but this FAU group rebounded, as you just said, and now they're up a goal after starting really rough. As that's going to be Bartoshevich in there for the face-off against Kennesaw State. Kennesaw State's going to win it. That's Aiden Nolte finding an option, and Chris Scott. Chris Scott's going to have a one-on-one. Can't get it past McMillan. A great pad save as the puck's in the middle. FAU might have a little opportunity brewing here. Going to be flicked up. Just back in the trapezoid. No one there is Ronson. Finds his teammate. Just going to go right to Chris Scott. Scott's going to fight for it. He's going to stay just out of reach. That's going to go for an icing. Kennesaw State does not agree with that, but that is going to remain the call.
And if you're a KSU fan, you're just thinking, what the heck went wrong so quickly for them? Really not a whole lot has. They've matched when the Owls have scored, or when FAU has scored more times than not. Their biggest problem right now is that they are getting caught turning the puck over a lot in their own zone, much more than they did in the first and early part of the second.
Yeah, we have the Owls from Georgia, Kennesaw State, and the Owls from Boca Raton, Florida, FAU, as Rothamich nearly misses on that opportunity. He's going to fight for it back, can't get it. Kennesaw State in possession. It's going to be Chris Scott, but taken away. Tried to find Rothamich. He was not there. A.J. Berry looking for the pass. FAU is going to keep it. It's going to be Rothamich with it. Beats a defender against the boards, looking for options, not there, as it's going to be taken away by the captain, James Kravis. It's in front, it's through his legs, no one's home. Believe that's a save, a great save. Nikolai Dunn doing his best to slow the puck down. A little bit of a scuffle behind the net between Justin Lopes and Will Costin.
And that's another slippery play by Drew Renzi, who gets to his office behind the goal. And everybody thinks this puck is on the near corner, West, but he's the lone guy to have it. And a great feed out in front that they don't slam home. Dunn had to go through his 5-hole, though. If it wasn't for him reaching with his glove behind his legs, he would have let that one slip through.
As Christian Sosa controls it, gives it off to his teammate Will Costin. Costin, Lozaritis has it. FAU trying to bring it in the neutral zone. They can't. Official says it's not offsides, much to FAU's dismay. Connor Moriarty loads it right as Sam Watson takes it. Tries to pass it to his teammate who wasn't looking. Iannicelli was the intended receiver of that pass. It's flicked up the goal. Ashton Nolte shoved aside by McMillan. McMillan back at FAU possession. Flicked up the ice. Back into Kennesaw State's zone. There's going to be no icing on the play. It's FAU. Carter Baker is there. Collects it. FAU bringing it up. Bounces it off. Alex Lesko. Lesko looking for a chance. Lozoritis was there. Breaks his stick. Can't get it in. Another great chance. Alex Lesko. Lesko to Baker off the official skate. As Bashkin. Pass intercepted, but taken away by Bashkin again. Collected. Owen Foster gets hit hard in the boards. Ashton Nolte looking for options. Blocked off is John Norton, blocking his path. Nolte takes a shot, saved by McMillan. Score is still 6-5 with 14:36 left in this third period.
I loved that breakout by FAU that time. They do a good job using the strong side of the ice, get their wingers deep on that side of the ice past defense, and then they get a lone man on the far side of the ice. And Lozoritis, tough break for the Lozoritis family, both broken stick on the play and now having to buy a new $400 twig probably, as it's iced now by FAU. And I think Kennesaw State, who runs a 2-1-2 sort of look in the offensive zone, they get it deep and they cycle it up top, but they don't get traffic in front of McMillan like they had for Fisher. And in all honesty, McMillan's so settled in here that he's not going to allow you to have those second and third chance opportunities if you shoot it on him straight.
Definitely.
Right there. Just a calm collection of the puck where, in all honesty, nothing against Fisher, he was so shaky that the defense just didn't have as much trust, it felt like, and they had to pounce in on that. And sometimes that mentally can do stuff to your unit that has to play deep in your own zone.
Definitely, McMillan has made it look easy. Besides that first shot he faced, he let in, but it was an absolute screamer right above his shoulder. As Grogan's going to take it up, looking for a chance, a shot. Once again, as you said, clear path. Easy save by Matt McMillan.
I think those are just confidence builders. And with 14:03 to go, if you're Kennesaw State, you're saying we've scored in basically every single method of this game, except when you really think about it, they only have, I'm counting, one goal on McMillan, which was a breakaway by Nolte, the first shot he faced in this game. And since then, he's been terrific.
It's been great as it's stopped. Comtois Tuman with an opportunity as he's hit hard into the boards by Ligo. Can be collected again by FAU. Terry's there, tries to get a shot. Can't do much as they get a full backhand on that.
And last point I'll make about FAU defensively, you notice how they have a lot less breakdowns happening. And that's because they're not forcing the play. They're not trying to get so aggressive and get all of their forwards deep over the blue line. They're getting back on plays. They're hustling. And that's what Andrew Yagoda preached them to do. And they had to have it, and they have so far in this game.
For sure, as Ligo has an opportunity, a 2-on-2. Just Joe Congaro making a great hit to stop any further progress. As Chris Scott's going to be there. Ligo fighting for the puck with the two other FAU defenders. Kinkera kind of holding him down to the ground there a little bit. As it looks like Jake Bouchicross is going to take it a shot. Unexpected shot from Ezerneeks. Tried to make a play when it wasn't expected. Chris Scott giving it to Souza. Souza finding his teammate. This is easily collected. A little bit of a weak shot to McMillan. Whiffed a little bit on that.
And all these little shots on McMillan, all these little flurries, they're just flavor, right? They're just toppings and what Kennesaw State wants to do with their forecheck, moving the puck. They want to see, okay, how many looks can we get on McMillan? I think you're starting to feel like FAU is giving a little bit too many easy looks here, and they need to start breaking the puck out with a full unit. Here we go.
For sure, as Lozoritis has an opportunity, couldn't get full control of the puck, tries to find Sam Watson, wraps it around the board. It's going to be the captain, Kravis, getting it back. As Costin had an opportunity to the top line for these Kennesaw State Owls, as Costin looking, finds Kravis. Kravis looking for an opening, hits McMillan hard. As he crashed into the goal.
Oh, that is very tough to see. Glad to see McMillan get to his legs, and this is just a two-man entry. You know, you get the shot by Kravis, and then trying to defend in front Iannicelli, he knocks his man into McMillan, and good to see him. He had basically his head between that Kennesaw State player, number 96, and Costin, and that left post. Looks all right, though. That's why they wear a cage.
Yeah, great to see him okay after that big hit. He's been so solid ever since replacing Fisher in this game. As the puck cleared. It's going to be icing, though, as Hudson Pashkin was there to try to get the puck.
And all these little start and stops. We've had a pretty fast-paced game, albeit there has been penalties. And outside of those, you haven't seen these icings and these quick whistles. But Kennesaw State wants as much zone time as possible. The more chances you put on Fisher, the more times you're going to cause a face-off, the more it leads to that offense. And this is their method right now, where they've kind of blown this lead, a 3-goal lead, and you just need to keep it as long as possible in the offensive zone.
Really has a whiff. Pumped by Ty Johnson as FAU. Carter Baker going to take it back. FAU trying to control it. Sam Watson tries to get past, can't do it. Back to Watson after a great poke check by Tooman. Tooman looks like he'll have an opportunity, sticked away. That's Connor Strum given to Baker. Baker wraps it around Iannicelli. Back to Watson. Watson looking for options. Tripped as it goes down, and Nikolai Dunn with the save. A little bit of a fight with Iannicelli. Jawing.
A little pushing, a little shoving. Sam Watson, I don't think he appreciated the Kennesaw State forward and Ashton Nolte standing over him. Nolte at number 19, he's a talker for sure, and it's just all part of the little games within the games. All these little mind, nuances that go on. I think for Sam Watson and the group, they feel a little bit better knowing that the score is what it is. There's 2 minutes on the board, and it's going to be a power play for the Owls here. And it's on Kravis.
Kravis to the penalty box. Renzi going to take the face off, it appears.
And it looks like something happened after the whistle. I'm looking on my monitor. Of course, we don't have a replay function here. Oh, Kravis took down a man. Okay. Oh, Kravis, he goes after Iannicelli post-whistle, and that's what the penalty was for.
Probably doing a little bit more than just wishing him a good night, having a nice rest. As Lozoritis was there as an option, but it's given to Carter Baker. Sam Watson still has his skating in circles.
And the Owls have scored in their last 2 power plays, Wes.
Power plays definitely woken up as Drew Renzi whips it around the boards.
FAU, that is.
Yeah.
It's the 6th time I've done that tonight. The battle of the hoot and a holler.
FAU's going to control it behind their net. It's going to be Drew Renzi trying to put on a couple nifty moves. Loses control of the puck. Lozoritis there. There's Carter Baker. Going to take it back in the neutral zone to reestablish his offense.
What a game he's had.
Definitely. This is Lozoritis. Tries to find an open man. Going to take a hit into the boards. Lozoritis fighting. There's Rothamich as well. Carter Baker finds Watson. Watson with a shot tipped just high. There's a fight between Lozoritis as Lozoritis going to win it. Carter Baker finds Watson again. Watson with it. Watson looking, finds Baker. Baker's looking for Renzi. Renzi not home as McMillan has it to reset.
It's a good job by Ty Johnston, Wes. Sorry for Kennesaw State to get inside positioning in the slot there.
Just taken away. Easer next. As Renzi's fighting over it. This is Nolte trying to find Nolte. As Renzi has it. Renzi looking for an opportunity. Is he just going to flick it up wide? Sam Watson there. Renzi trying to push past. As Legault's going to put it up. Kravis there takes a shot. And how good has McMillan been all night, making those saves look easy as Kravis takes a hard hit into the boards after the play.
Trying to pick that short side he was. Confident kill for Kennesaw State. They really did not allow the Owls to set up a whole heck of a lot there. And as this game dwindles down now, you've really got to lock in mentally for Kennesaw State, that is. I think FAU is more disciplined in this third. This is the best third period we've seen them play, I would say, all season. Yeah, and they have helped McMillan, who's got to be good for them.
It's almost gotten to the point where it's weird to say that FAU has been very disciplined, but they have been. It's been a great third period, great second period. Almost a whole great game, but the first period blemish as McMillan makes another great save.
Oh, and he took a stick right to the cage.
Right to the face as players are talking. McMillan went to the ref to ask for a penalty, but none is going to be given. Sam Watson coming to replace.
I think it looked like from our vantage point he did. Kravis kind of shoulders him off there. And just little games like that, and now we get a lot of the start and stop, more of these face-offs. As much as FAU has allowed that to happen, Kennesaw State is not making the most of these. They've just taken a ton of quick shots that have been no rebounds. Look out.
Right in front. It's collected again by FAU. It's a 3-on-2 opportunity. Bartoshevich couldn't find John Norton. And then, wow, a massive hit. Alex Lesko takes John Norton, hits Nolte to join in on the hit party. It's two big hits as a shot and gloved. The shot Will Costin took. McMillan, the great cross body save. Another tough save that he made look easy.
I want to say he was putting that shot intentionally high for a bank, because at this point you need to try and get him moving and put some stuff wide that's going to force McMillan to look one way and maybe it gets a bounce the other. And if you have a good player on the weak side, good positioning, you have a look at a quality shot.
As we go to a face-off. And FAU looks like they're going to win it, but sneaking in was Pecora as he feeds his teammate. I believe that was Percello. Had a quick shot there, but another save by McMillan, keeping this game an FAU one-score lead.
I almost wonder if that was a set play, because they had a man behind the goal setting up a pass for Foster, who initially retreated and then came back from the left wing in and had a quality look at McMillan.
That was Foster, not Percello. It's my fault. It's Drew Renzi. Takes the puck and flip it up. It's going to be collected by Kennesaw State again. He's looking for options to just be deflected away as Connor Schrum takes a huge hit as Drew Renzi's there trying to make something happen out of nothing. As Justin Lopes puts the goal off. No whistle. That's another blocker save by McMillan. It's a big hit delivered by Justin Lopes, the hard-hitting defenseman on this team. Was cleared by FAU, going to be collected by Kennesaw State. It's going to be Bashkin there to collect it. It's going to be icing, though.
And that's not going to allow this FAU team to change. They're going to send back to the bench Commentators Tumen. And, you know, they motion to Bryce Malcolm. This is the tough part about icing the puck like that, is you have now tired bodies out there. They've lost some draws in their own zone, and the more this goes on, the better Kennesaw State's going to get at trying different looks and get somebody ready for a moving shot.
As FAU win the faceoff. That's Rothamich as he takes a shot. A hard angle. Bounces off of Nikolai Dunn, but Kennesaw State is there to collect the rebound. As Ronson is there trying to make something happen as he takes a shot off the back of the net. Another hard angle for the shot. Legault has it. Legault. That's Bryce Malcolm trying to collect it. It's a big fight. And a shot by Ty Johnson, easily collected again by Matthew McMillan. He looks really calm in goal right now. Looking way more calm than he should be in a 6-5 game, a 1-point lead.
His defense is doing a great job, too. These FAU Owls are sealing the walls. They're matching in intensity. They're not afraid to lay the lumber. They're not cheating. And McMillan, he's getting these free shots. Nobody in front to screen him, and he's going to be able to take those 9 times out of 10.
As Mike Terry flicks it around the boards, he might have gotten tripped there a little bit. He's going to be played in front. Nobody home. As collected by Ashton Nolte. Ashton Nolte whiffs on the pass, but there's still Kennesaw Owls there. This Commentators Tumen tries to collect it. A shot in front, but kicked aside. Was an FAU player there. That was Jake Buchigras to put that one aside. Mike Terry looking for an opportunity. Gets hit. Hard, collected again. Legault passed. Nolte gives it away. Terry finds his teammate. Not there. Blocked again. Buchigras hit aside. So there's not going to be a call there. Great defense by the Kennesaw State Owls.
Better back check there by Legault and Johnson, who allowed that to happen at their attacking blue line.
Later, James Kravis looking for an opportunity. The captain out of Lawrenceville, Georgia, as FAU does not get the puck back. Lozeritis in there fighting for it. Same with Watson. Commentators Tuma out there too. Watson gets it. Tuma, the puck's out. Watson sees the puck again. Lays the hit on Ashton Nolte as Iannicelli's going to have a chance. Puts it right through the leg of Kennesaw State. A shot, Sam Watson sails wide. This is going to go wide as Lozeritis is there passing it to his teammate Moriarty. Moriarty back to Lozeritis. Lozeritis tries to get Bass, takes a big hit. Nolte puts it up and out of play.
And what Kennesaw State's starting to do is, if you're coming offensively, FAU, keep everybody to the outside, force them to make a mistake. Let's get in transition, get numbers. And then when they're in the attacking zone, they want to be physical. FAU absorbs a couple of these checks. They do a good job on the walls because that's ultimately what's going to decide this. If Kennesaw State gets one here on the net, it's got to be from an FAU mistake.
This is controlled off the face-off for Kennesaw State.
And they good puck support, too. That's something they weren't doing as well in the first.
It's a backhand shot attempted by Chris Scott. Chris Scott, FAU is going to have it again. That's John Norton. As Kennesaw State puts it back behind in the trapezoid. As Connor Strums finds his teammate.
You know, at this point, Wes, it's all got to be about defensive structure here. It doesn't matter how you win this game now, as long as you do, and you don't allow bounces like that in the slot.
Drew Renzi, lucky he was there to get that one away. He's going to find Souza. So the Drew Renzi is there.
I say they got to get this thing to about 2 minutes left where Kennesaw State thinks about polling done, and then they have an opportunity with that extra skater.
A little power play. This is taken away by Iannicelli. Celli. A great stop by Nikolai Dunn. Iannicelli had the one-on-one on the goalkeeper there. It was a great stop, picking it out of the ice, out of the air.
Yeah, a bit of a breakdown here defensively. Iannicelli forces that turnover as they intended to get that puck to Nolan Porcello, and yeah, it's a good stop by Dunn to save the game. That would have all but sealed it.
And Ashton Nolte still trying to get in the head of Iannicelli, giving him a little talk after that play. As Kennesaw State's going to win the face-off given, but it's in open ice. FAU collects, going to have to reset it though, as Moriarty puts it behind the trapezoid. Lozoritis is there. Iannicelli flicks it up. Lozoritis back to Iannicelli. Iannicelli, Sam Watson blocked by James Kravis, but we're going to have a whistle.
It's going to be a hand pass.
Illegal hand pass is the call.
And so, now it's going to force us out of the zone. That was a good opportunity. Just offensively, it may sound counterintuitive, but you're trying to create offense to create defense here. Kill time, force Kennesaw State as much as possible to move the puck up the ice instead of giving them an offensive zone entry.
So there's only 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game as Carson has a breakaway, but he loses it.
That went off the official skate. That was a tough break. That stopped the whole motion of the puck.
It's been so many times this puck has gone off the official skate this game. Carson couldn't control it. FAU with the Jake Bucci cross, trying to look for options as Carter Baker has it. Looking this top line for FAU. Carter Baker again. Scott Watson chooses to flip it around the boards. Christian Sosa flips it, keeps it going to his teammate, but Drew Renzi is there. Tries to beat him with a backhand around off the boards. But Liam Grogan is there. Collected with Christian Sosa. Back to Grogan. Brogan looking for an opportunity as he's going to flip it around the boards. Bucci Gross going to lay a hit on John Ronson. Ronson going to still collect it though. It's FAU. Because Mike Terry hits the captain, his associate captain, sorry. Big hit by Mike Terry. As Souza looking for options. As it's picked off by Rothamich. Rothamich got a 2-on-1, but he loses control.
It's good back pressure there. Help coming from Owen Foster for Kennesaw State.
Nolan Porcello there to make the stop as there's a little scrum. It's James Kravis, the captain, almost had a stick on it, couldn't get it by. That's Connor Scott taking the hard hit into the boards. It's going to be collected. Connor Strum with pressure on his back. Beats both, looking for options. That's going to be Rothamich. Rothamich finds Baker. Sorry, that's not Baker. That's Justin Lopes. Justin Lopes. As Chris Scott loses an eye on the puck, but it's still going to be kept. Nolan Porcello with the puck looking for options. His team goes for a quick change.
I just love how FAU didn't sit back in this period. They went after these Kennesaw State forwards. They forced them to make plays, and they totally reversed the tilt of this ice.
Definitely as Sam Watson wraps it around. As there's going to be a minute left in this game. Christian Sosa trying to make something up. Sam Watson takes it away. It's going to be Justin Lopes. Sam Watson back to Lopes. Lozoritis, and they're going to have to reset as it goes over the blue line.
That's okay, though. Kill off as much time as possible.
Definitely.
Just playing keep away.
It's Kennesaw State Owls choosing not to pull their goalie yet as it's sticked out of the air. Justin Lopes lays a late hit.
Yeah, they're going to get a high stick, and slamming his stick on the ice is Kennesaw State's alternate captain and Christian Sousa. I don't blame him for being frustrated. I mean, they have totally lost their forecheck. FAU really survived the early part of the third when they had all those faceoffs, the start and stoppage. McMillan was great. And we're going to get a timeout here from the Kennesaw State side of things.
Trying to figure out what to do. Believe they are going to pull their goalkeeper. Nikolai Dunn maybe just talk to him. Situational hockey with 36.3 seconds left in the period. Thank you for staying with us. It's a late one. Wes Moore with Devin Serra, both with our energy drinks, all caffeinated, ready to go.
I think we're getting used to this.
Yeah.
This is the second time we've done something like this, where it's a back-to-back.
Third time for you, right?
Yeah. Well, with this group and in this time, I've done a couple of national tournaments where you're doing 4 games a day, and we're getting out of the rink at close to midnight when you walked in the door at 8 a.m. So, I wouldn't say nothing new, but every year is its own challenge.
Yeah.
But gosh, so impressed by the resiliency of this FAU group. They could have let this one get away early. They took some bad penalties. They killed off the rest of them in the second and third, and they really pressed Kennesaw State. They forced them to cause some turnovers. They capitalized, FAU did, on their power play chances when they got them, and ultimately their leadership stepped up. I mean, Justin Lopes had a great game. Carter Baker, Sam Watson, and now they get one more draw. If you control things here, you get out of this thing.
The face-off is won by, I don't think that was won by a specific team, as Lozaritis finds Watson. Watson tries to put it past, but it's sticked away. As Will Croston is going to find his
There
Ashton
goes, going to
Nolte.
the bench.
There goes the goalie, as he just mentioned. There's a shot. The captain putting it up. No one home. Carter Baker going to control it. 6 seconds left in this game. Going to win another shot. McMillan covering it. Don't know if the whistle came right before the clock went out to FAU. One FAU player, one Owl. Kennesaw State Owl fighting. A little scrum after that shot.
Well, McMillan did everything he could to sprawl out for that. And they put a forward in there deep. I mean, they tried to slam this home and just not able to get there in time was Legault. But what a victory. What a resounding, I guess, comeback you'll call it. They stuck with this. It was not a pretty game at all. They had another one where they took a lot of penalties. But this FAU group, they needed a win like this. They needed to take the game back. They needed to play more disciplined. And credit to Andrew Yagoda getting those guys to buy in. And heck of a night from a couple of leadership guys. I mean, Carter Baker,
Definitely.
number 21, was all over the ice. Lopes was great defensively. He gets rewarded with a couple of assists. Watson executed. Drew Renzi stepped up. Terrific job by them and a resilient win.
Yeah, FAU looked great except for that first period. And it's been kind of the opposite of what we've seen in the first period, and the rest of the season was the third period. I think there was one FAU penalty, maybe none at all. That's exactly what Coach Yagoda wants in this game. In the season, FAU showed in this game, the third period, who they are, who they want to be. They played great.
Yeah, it's 60 minutes, right? And you can look at what happened in the first 20. You take 5 penalties, whatever. I think what matters more for their squad and their coaching staff is that they did play the rest of those 40 with a better style. Now, Kennesaw State, they made mistakes. They turned their puck over. Their goaltender at times was shaky. And Yagoda made a big switch. You take out Fisher midway through the second. You bring in McMillan. He allows the goal right away and shuts it down from there. So, they still got tomorrow to play. They'll have the 6:45 window game, so you get a little bit of a quicker turnaround. Just all around, better job by them on this day. That's the kind of win that you can parlay with momentum because you didn't play your best, but you made the most of it. And ultimately, the score says 6-5 at the end of 60 minutes.
And FAU is going to hope to take this momentum, as you said, into their game at 6:45 in the morning. Sorry, at night, p.m. Not that
I hope
early.
I'm not here that early.
That is way too early for anyone. But yeah, thank you for joining us at Boca Ice Center for the late one, the 79 of you that are still here with us. And have a good night. FAU wins 6-5.
Great job.